Boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm Nvida GT, and for today what I bring in here for you it is Heavy Rain. So yeah, we are receiving Quantic Dreams that were exclusive for the Sonic's console, I mean PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. They are coming to the PC through, unfortunately, Epic Store, but they will come out to Steam later. I don't know exactly when, but if you want to get it through Epic Store, it is completely cheap by the time of this video, so hurry up, because that is a big sale. So this game it is developed by Quantic Dream. It was released 10 years ago and it is using their in-house engine. So I am running the game with 720p using BorderOS. I do recommend you to use full screen, and I'm using low settings. The only adjustment that I've made to the settings menu, it was to raise the textures from low to medium, because it makes a huge difference in texture quality. It seems that the low textures do use PS3 textures, which looks awful, and the medium textures just looks absolutely beautiful, just like PS4. So let's jump to the requirements. This game asks for an i5 4430 CPU, which is a quad-core CPU. In here we have a dual-core with 4-thread CPU, 4 gigs of RAM, which I fully agree, and it asks for a GTX 660, and we are clearly below that with a GT 740M. So in this first level of the Heavy Rain demo, the Sleazy Place, which is completely less demanding than the second one, with the median settings I got an average of 29, with a 1% of 23. I don't think this is a huge good experience. I prefer to use the 720p with the low settings like you are seeing in here with the textures on median. I was able to get an average of 45 frames per second and a 1% of 31, so it never dropped from the 30 frames per second. Although on the crime scene with a lot of NPCs running around with flashlights and a lot of post-processing and an open informant, our settings did drop from 30 frames per second, but ever so slightly. So it's just slightly bits that did drop, but all the experience was completely above 30 frames per second, while the median settings spent most of its time below the 30s. So that's why that I think that play with the low settings in this game with 720p looks absolutely great in my opinion. Okay, you lose, for example, stuff like ambient occlusion, but all the stuff, even on the low settings, looks pretty good. Illumination system, the shadows, despite a little bit blocky, it looks really good. Look at those self-shadows on the character. It looks a little bit blocky, but very acceptable. All the other defects are just working. We have anti-aliasing, FXAA, it's true, it's only that, but most of the effects and textures looks pretty good. So it's a good experience. It plays at 30 frames per second. There are only some slightly drops. PlayStation 3 had a ton of drops and issues with frame rate. PS4 it doesn't, but even this laptop, which is much more weaker than the PS4, it just plays really well. So like I was saying, the game it is available now at Epic Store with a cost of $99.99, but since Epic Store it is on sale, by the time of this video you can get this game for $9.99. It is entirely cheap. I mean, it's completely cheap. The original game was released close to 10 years ago. PS4 remaster was released like 3 years ago, and this version it is based on the PS4 and not the PS3 one. That's why requirements are so high, because this is clearly a PS4 port and not the PS3. So guys, with this I'm going to leave you with this action scene on the Sleazy Place, and after I finish up beating up this guy, I will show you up the crime scene, which is considerably more demanding than this scene in here, but this one it is rather interesting. So guys, hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video. Oh, and by the way, if you want to try this, the demo, it is available at Epic Store. Just go to the link on the description and download the demo just right away and try it for yourself. Right, guys, thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
I'll see you again, asshole. Are you alright?
Better than him, I guess. Who is he?
An ex-client who thinks he owns me. He was getting violent and I told him I didn't want to see him anymore.
Well, you should be careful. He'll probably be back. Sorry about the mess.
Mr. Shelby?
Yeah.
Thanks.
The zone is sectioned off, sir. Please step back.
Agent Norman Jaden, FBI?
You got a badge or something, Mr. Jaden?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Check. You can pass.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Blake. Is he around?
I saw him arrive earlier. He's here somewhere.
Thanks. Video memo recording, Agent 47023, Norman Jaden, Tuesday, October 4th, 2011. Time is 8:14 a.m. Unrelated to the investigation. Airy comment, sample of no interest. Comes from one of the policemen present on the wasteland. Lieutenant Blake? I'm Agent Norman Jaden from the FBI. I went by your office this morning. They told me to be here.
Now, if you're looking for rain, dead bodies, and highways, you come to the right place. Mike, will you tell that asshole with the bulldozer to stop for 5 minutes? I can't hear myself think here.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Well, are you coming, Jaden?
So, what happened?
Some guy taking his dog for a piss found a body about 6 o'clock this morning. We don't know much more right now. Based on what we've seen, looks like the work of the origami killer.
Any witnesses?
None yet. Given the neighborhood, I'd be surprised if anybody saw anything. Any news on the coroner?
He's on his way, Lieutenant.
We've been waiting for an hour, for fuck's sake.
There are a lot of people on the crime scene. Aren't you afraid your men might destroy some clues?
You don't find proof sitting behind a desk. We're not in the habit of trampling things into the ground, even if we're not in the FBI.
No, of course not. That's not what I meant.
Tony, I don't want to see a single shit-stirring journalist within a mile of here. You got it?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Do we know the cause of death?
There are no marks on the body. Chances are he was drowned, like the others. Listen, I'm a little busy here. Why don't we discuss all this a little later, back at the office?
Oh, no problem. I understand. Do you mind if I have a look around?
Be my guest. Hey, Jaden, come and see me if you find anything, okay? We're on the same team now.
Harry, comment. Sample of no interest. Comes from one of the policemen present on the waste ramp. Harry, comment. Traces of footprints leading toward the body. They don't look like those of the police. No correlation with the body for the moment. Harry, comment. Traces of blood detected on the fence behind the railroad line. The blood report indicates an advanced and long-lasting state of exhaustion. There's a good chance that they're the killers. Harry, comment. Tire tracks on the side of the road behind the railroad line. It may be the killer's car.